Hi everyone, it's Linda G coming to you Friday, the day before the 49ers game. I think they're going to win from the Seahawks, but that 49ers is my team. So, you know. And they did the same thing they did the last time. They're not letting you purchase tickets if your zip code isn't within Seattle, so they're blocking 49er fans from coming. But I guess the 49er fans know how to go around it. My first Super Bowl was 1976. It was the Raiders in Minneapolis at the Rose Bowl. It was packed. Disney did the halftime. My girlfriend, who's now deceased, Laverne, she was so funny. And we had traveled together. Her husband, Gene, had a brand new big old ass Cadillac, and we drove down there. And when we were down there, she saw where we were. I bought the tickets for the Super Bowl on the Minneapolis side fan club, and we were down on the 50th yard line. And her and her husband were up in the nosebleed, and they were lifelong, well, as long as you can be, with the Oakland Raiders. Oh my God, she got so mad. What? Jesus, we're way down here. And look where they're sitting. She said, Gene, look where they're sitting. So my ex-husband, God bless his heart, he gave his seat to her. He said, you sit with Linda and Gene and I will sit up on top because, you know, it didn't matter to him. So she was thrilled. That was a nice thing for him to do. So, and then when we picked up the tickets, we had to go to some highfalutin Beverly Hills place where stars were walking in and out. It was weird. So anyway, I'm just going to answer a few questions today. I want to kind of get a tap into what's going on. I told you I thought he might try to, his purpose was to hit, you know who he is, Iran this weekend, but now they're saying, oh, they're not killing, they're not taking out protesters. Total lie. They were trying to give him a reason not to hit. I don't know why I know that. I just feel it. His purpose was to hit, but he got a lot of complaints from Putin and stuff. He knows better. And they're all supposed to meet up in Greenland. And he said he's going to make an offer that they better accept. What do you think? You're the Godfather? At least the Godfather didn't wear diapers. Jesus. No, they're not going to take it. It's like, don't you see what they're saying about you? Can you not feel the energy? How many people hate you? Even when he was in office the first time, people gave him a little bit of leeway on the building the wall and stuff. But now they just plain don't like him. Did you see that young girl that was arrested? American citizen, of course. She told him, I'm an American citizen, I have my ID. And they told her, shut up, Biash, or you're going to end up like the gay Biash. I mean, then when she was in the jail, did you see it? It's been on MSNBC. She could hear the screaming and the crying of women and children begging. It was terrible, you guys. It's beyond, and they may think they're getting away with this. These are all the J6ers, trust me. They're going to find out a lot of them. A lot of them just like to hurt people. They just enjoy it. And that's why they don't care, because they get money for each person. That's why they don't care if you can prove that you're a U.S. citizen. The other thing is they'll take your passport. They'll take whatever you had on you and get rid of it and steal your phone and take your jewelry. I mean, did you see that one girl that had her hand cuffed behind her? And they had the one guy look on the lookout and the other guy taking her and sit inside a urinal to have his way with her, I guess. It was awful, you guys. This is not right. All this will come out too, by the way. I'm going to take a sip of my hot tea. Beautiful day today, by the way. Beautiful day. So I had a very busy day. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but I wanted to come on. I wanted to tell you something I flashed on. I don't know if you guys will think this is funny, but first of all, I've been involved. I've been in the epicenter of plenty of as a witnesses to crimes. I was involved in criminal activity when I was young, just out of high school. I worked in college. I worked at Hartfield's. By the way, I was part-time and I sold the most pantyhose. I won some award. Anyway, somebody broke into the Hartfields and attacked a mannequin and left evidence. Had his way with the mannequin and left evidence. And to this day that crime is unsolved. And they got DNA. I was flashing on that. Yeah, they got the DNA. Why didn't they solve the crime? He didn't steal anything. He just molested the mannequin. And then when I had my daughter and my first husband and I bought our first house out in Livermore, $33,500 for that house, 1976. And we bought this cute little house. They had redone it. It was adorable. We just didn't know there was a train right behind it. We didn't find that out until we moved in. But you get used to a train. So we had bought this house. I think it was 7% interest rate on his VA. I think at that time a lot of people were paying 11%. Anyway, just moved in, and and that time Livermore was a hick town. There wasn't that much there. Now it's packed full. It's full of restaurants. My dad was at the VA out there. I told my dad, Jesus, Livermore has changed. But we went to, I got the newspaper, the Livermore Herald or whatever it was. And right on the front page was a composite of a man who was going down to the park where the housewives were with their children and exposing himself. Have you seen this man? Well, let me tell you, I packed my daughter up and I was down there at that playground with my eyes wide open looking for the SOB. I never saw him. But anyway, yeah. Front page of the Livermore Herald. This man exposed himself. Oh my God. And it was packed full of moms with kids. we were afraid, right? We'd be like, yeah, anyway. So I just had to tell you guys those two stories. I was laughing. Listen, last night, I had, oh my God, the first dream was that I was flying into Ireland. I lost my doggone ticket, and then I couldn't find my driver's license either. And do you ever have dreams where you're searching for something? I was at the airport, and I'm searching through my bags and looking, and then I still couldn't find my driver's license to at least prove who I am. And the frustration, and I kind of woke up, and instead of saying, oh, good, this is a dream, I wanted to go back to sleep to find that damn ticket. That was weird. And then I woke up and realized it was a dream. And then when I went back to sleep, there's Paul McCartney again. You know how he comes in my dreams every once in a while. And he was just as nice and friendly. And we were like, I was showing him like places to go. And he had this puppy with him. And some lady really loved that puppy and he gave it to her. This cute little puppy. And he comes, I'm telling you, I've had so many dreams. One time I dreamt I was up on a big stairwell in a big building, and he pulled up with a little car, and he came up the stairs, and he told me, you're coming with me. And I get in the car, and I'm thinking, nobody's going to believe I'm with Paul McCartney. And he drove me to a concert. And as we're walking, he had took my hand, and he's walking me through these crowds backstage. And all the women were giving me hard looks. Wonder why. This is after Linda died. And he walked me through and was showing me all kinds of attention. It was wonderful. But it was a dream. I had a dream of Linda McCartney 2 weeks before she died. Remember, they told everybody, oh, she's doing good, because it's nobody's business. So they said, oh, yeah, she's doing really good. She's fine. And ended up, she was really sick. They went to Arizona and she died in Arizona. So, but I dreamt I was standing in their kitchen. I can still see that kitchen as clear as day. I'd love to know if he had a kitchen that looked like that. And she was telling me, listen, I'm getting ready to pass away, and I want you to do me a huge favor. I want you to take care of Paul and the kids for me. I'm like, okay. Okay, no problemo. Um, and then I was going to have him over at my house with his kids. They were younger. They weren't that young when she died, but they were still young. And I cooked up a big amount of food with meat in it, and like a goulash or something. And as he comes, I realized, oh shoot, you're a vegan. So I said, oh shoot, you're a vegan. And he said, no problem. So he put up his sleeves and he went in there and found ingredients and made up a vegan dish. I don't know what the heck he did. But I always have real fun dreams with Paul. Always have dreams with Paul since I was young. So it's weird. One time I did have a dream with that guy from the Rolling Stones. I was never much of a Rolling Stones fan. I like their music, okay, but never a Mick Jagger. One time I dreamt about Mick Jagger. I was on a yacht or something, and he was on there, and I thought, boy, you're as pompous in real life as you are on stage. But anyway, so, okay, so hold on. I want to look at some stuff. Let's look at Iran. I know they're still killing people, but they want him to think they're not. Trump got afraid. It could have been from Putin, but Trump put out the word that they stopped killing, but that's not true. I'm feeling it. Let's take a look-see. And then some doctor wrote this thing about he knows for fact that Trump had a stroke about 5 months ago. Left-sided, which affects his right side. I think, or I could have got it wrong, vice versa. But he says you can tell by looking at him. They have a lot of stuff for strokes now. Remember he said he takes 325 milligrams of aspirin? That's because of that stroke. He's afraid of having another one. Okay, so tell me about Iran. And then I want to look at Greenland. I know we go over it a lot, but let's see if the energy has changed. There's a lot of battling going on. All the top brass over there in Iran has packed their bags and they want to get out of Dodge. Now they feel like they've gotten Trump to settle down a little bit. He was going in 100% was going to take these people out because they're killing protesters. Can you imagine that? In Iran, they're killing protesters. And what's happening out here? By the way, did you see the Wall Street Journal said that young woman that passed away, Good, her last name is Good, she still had a pulse when paramedics got there. So it's just terrible, you guys. And then that for them to say to that woman who testified in front of Congress that they said to her, we're going to treat you like that lesbian. Just terrible. It's like they have permission. He's given them the stamp of approval. Do what you want. That's the same as Nazi Germany. Do what you want. Okay, so Iran is not going to get stronger with the Ayatollah. Iran is getting ready to set down the sword. So there's strength coming in, and there's a woman involved here. There's a strong woman involved here. Oh, and that poor woman that came from Venezuela and gave her award to him. He took it, and he gave her a little shopping bag with MAGA stuff. He's not going to give her a place. He has no intention of giving her a place. She really hoped that he would, but he's not. And let me tell you something. I think she thought that that would happen, but she was hoping that she would take that choice because it's just an award. And, if it helps her be able to help the Venezuelans, she'll do it. But it's not done a thing. He's sending her home with his nose up in the air. And he'll take it. He took that award. And by the way, the Nobel Peace Prize people said, yeah, you can't transfer it. He can't have it. I mean, he can have it, but it's a nothing burger. So, anyway, okay. There's still some battling, but by May, we should be looking good at Iran. It should be getting better. Up through August, September. Okay, I want to look. They're going to go meet. They're going to have a convoy or envoy or whatever you call it. I bet you guys are quite surprised to hear that I sold the most pantyhose at Hartfield's. I think they were 99 cents. That was in the days people wore pantyhose. I don't know if they wear pantyhose anymore. So give me... Somebody just said to me just now, he wouldn't dare touch them because it's the end of him and his... They will pull him out of office. So maybe we should hope that he acts like he's going to do it. What's going to happen in Greenland? What's going to happen in Greenland? And thank you for watching my show the other day with, I just went blank. She just wrote me too. Sorry, sweetie, I just went blank. She just wrote me too. Terry. Joy wrote me, Joy Harjo. Actually, she called me and she said, I just want you to know that show you did with Terry was one of the best shows I've seen you on. She liked the format. She liked what I had to say. She said, energetically, I feel you're switching. So I don't know if you guys feel it too. When you deal with this kind of work, you have no choice but to switch. You're connected to universal consciousness, and they just constantly give you messages. And I'm very grateful for that, But, yeah, it's been fun. So, he's imagining all kinds of stuff, but he's got the Ace of Swords reversed. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's shoving and acting like he will do something, but the cycle will change and they won't put up with it. Look at all the people got Greenland's back. What an idiot. Whatever happens with this, with him, with Greenland, this is about the time we're going to see a change come up with him. Either him having to exit because of health reasons, or all of us gathering together and saying, get the hell out of Dodge. Something's getting ready to happen. So, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, hold on. I'm going to get another question in here. This isn't going to be long. I just had entertainment purposes only, but there's a breaking news that a federal judge reportedly just ruled that Trump, I feel this isn't true, but Trump accepting Nobel Peace Prize that he didn't win violates the emollients clause of the Constitution, and he must give it back. um, French President Macron hints at the possible air defense system that Greenland may be provided. Ooh, Republican Representative Bob Breshnahan dumped $130,000 in Medicaid-linked stocks 7 days before he voted to slash it. Millions will lose their care. And did you hear people are dropping out left and right? They can't afford Obamacare. Um, I was reading an article during the Vietnam War. The Vietnamese said the ones they hated to fight against the most were the Native Americans because they could fight good. Hell to the yeah. Native Americans. So anyway, the Sioux tribe had 4 kidnapped by ICE. 1 has been released and the other 3 are missing. It's just amazing. It's just terrible what they're doing. Somebody just said to me, they will be found. They will come home. Thank you. Trump hates Native Americans because of their carte blanche they get for having indigenous land, and they can do their own gambling, and he has no say in it. Okay. I just had the weirdest flash, you guys. Don't you love it when I get the flashes? I just saw people dancing in the streets in Ukraine. I saw in Kiev people dancing in the streets, celebration, people screaming. I just saw it. I just saw people dancing in the streets. So this energetically, I think what's going to happen is that they're going to, somehow Putin will be taken out. Or they're definitely going to win. They're winning now as we speak. Just like we prophesied a while ago. But sorry it takes so doggone long. So yeah, I just saw dancing in the streets. Now I want to ask my old friend, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Let's see what he has to say. Franklin, can you just give me a moment? I just heard yes. Thank you. Thank you. You came through fast. Thank you very much. Franklin, I just want to know, that flash that I had with people dancing in the streets, does that mean Ukraine wins? Yes. Ukraine, and he's saying the month of February. So we still, that's next month. He just said February. So some big episode will take place and Russia's done. Okay, so now, Angel of Light and Mercy, President Roosevelt. They've known things were going to be okay. All the presidents, John F. Kennedy, everybody over there on the other side, they're calm because they know we're going to be okay. There's not that energy of, oh boy, you guys, he was seeing the stuff that was going to happen. But Trump he's saying, just give him enough rope, just give him enough rope, and he's going to hang himself. Even Putin knows that there's something wrong with Trump, that he can't be trusted. So can you tell me, Franklin, what's going to happen with Greenland? Will he actually have the nerve to try? See, he acts like he's king for a day and let me send these innocent young American men and women in to fight my battles that I got no business doing. Risk the lives of others. Because I'm going to act, I'm a deferment, wouldn't go in the draft. I've never worked in the military. Oh. Okay, you guys. I'm just going to say this, and I don't want you to worry because it could be overkill. It could be a possibility of something that could happen that Franklin's showing me. But you remember January 6th and all that energy. There might be something as powerful as that happened, but reversed, where other people come in and decide, because you know who I saw going like this and running with his head down was Hedgehog, and people hitting him and kicking him. So if that either represents, people are screaming, oh my God, there's so much hate. It's just, it's like, well, it's like what Trump did with January 6th. He riled them up to get them to hate us and, get involved with it. And hang Mike Pence and all that. But these people have reason, because they all know people that have been hurt by this ICE situation. Oh, Christine Noem is going to be in trouble. Christine Noem is in trouble. They are all going to try to hide, you guys. They're all going to try to hide, but they're going to pull them out wherever they are. I don't know how they find it. The military is going to try to calm this down and tell us, don't do this. But I'm telling you, there's trouble. There's a big boom. And did you see the Black Panthers? Full force with bigger guns this time, walking the streets, and they said ICE is staying away. They'll walk in the streets and says, come on, make my day. Come on. Yeah, don't mess with the Black Panthers. Back in the day, I'll tell you, they used to run the show. You don't want to see that kind of energy. You don't want them to egg on, because Trump is dying to get a shutdown of America based on Minneapolis. And they're trying to get them to react. And they just keep hurting people. It's just terrible. So go ahead, Franklin. What do you want me to tell everybody? He's walking now. He keeps standing up and moving around. Oh, he really hates Robert Kennedy. Not hates, because you can't really hate over there, but he's very disappointed because, the polio is very, very dear to him. He didn't get it in time, but he just doesn't understand what these people are doing. They won't chase after Robert Kennedy as much as they're going to chase after Kristi Noem, Pete Hedgehog. I see Patel just like gone. I don't know what's going to happen or where he goes. Trump is sick. Trump has had a stroke. Trump has short-term memory loss. He really should get rid of these people that are causing his numbers to pull down even more. But they are dedicated to him, and that's all that matters. And did you see that little Barbie doll that in the press release telling a man, you're not really a journalist and you come in here with fraud? And she's all, well, when she was talking like that, I thought, oh, girl, your day is coming. Your day is coming. All of them, their day is coming. We can't wish for awful, but awful will come. They have tried to pull the soul out of America out with their bare hands. This man has no purpose. He doesn't care who he hurts. He does not care. He's ill. He's had a stroke. He's not thinking straight. And these people know it, but he's their puppet. They're able to get him to do the things they want, like Friar, what's his name? Stephen, whatever his name is. Tell me what happens, please. I don't care if it's... Steve's going to be in the Nuremberg trials. Steve Miller is going to be really bad, including his wife. He wants to call off the election, but he's not going to be able to. Don't you worry, the election will still take place. And it will be a landslide, an absolute landslide. And we will take the Senate, I know. My friend Nate says, well, I don't know. I said, oh, hell yeah, I know. Hell to the yeah, I know. I love you, Nate. So anyway, you guys, oh, thank you. Mr. President. He's around his family and his children. The presidents don't really hang out together like you would think they would. Because I can see John Kennedy behind him, but he's not coming forward to speak. We'll hit him up the next time. We need you guys' help. Come through me. Use me as the vehicle. They're just telling us that don't give them reason to hurt us more. Stand down, hide, do what you have to do. Don't make a spectacle because they want that. They want that. And they will find those 3 other natives. They've just assured me they'll find those. Is it Sioux or Navajo? Okay, you guys, I love you all. Peace be with you. Tomorrow's 49ers. You can't pray for a team because God doesn't run like that. But I'm going to pray anyway. Okay, talk to you guys later. Cheers.